My motorcycle's being repossessed. And why? Because the bills haven't been paid. That's the question, and that's the answer that you're going to get when it comes to repossession. The bill wasn't paid. I don't know how many people I know that had their motorcycle repossessed because they didn't pay the bill. You have to pay your bill to keep said motorcycle. It's not rocket science. But the rocket science for some people is when they sit down and sign that note. They don't look at the finance charge. They only look to get into the motorcycle. They don't have any financial education whatsoever. And they jump into this bottomless pit that they can't afford. And the end result is the repossession. Now, Harley-Davidson came out and said in Chicago's Crane Business that the reason why its credit rating is lower is because repossessions. Then they go and say, well, there's not enough repossession agents. So what does that tell you about the state of Harley-Davidson Eagle Finance? It's financing anybody and everybody. And I'm sorry to say, it's kind of on them where their credit rating is, because they should have known better than to finance somebody that cannot afford the motorcycle, especially a brand new one. Now, finance is great. Go to a credit company or something like that. Why do I finance some stuff? Because I do it for another reason. I don't do it for a personal thing. I do it for a business to build up its Dun and Bradstreet number or a credit, whatever the hell it is. I do it for a business. So I do it for a different reason than, say, a personal, because if it was personal, I just pay cash for the thing. But you got to build up your credit rating for your business. But other people, they'll finance with, say, a score of 520 with hardly any money down. And in these times, especially with the past few years with COVID, people aren't making what they used to. Let's just admit it. Inflation and all that kind of stuff. So why would a company go and finance somebody that can't afford it? Now, there's a few things you can do if you're in a repossession type of situation. I would argue maybe get ahead of it before it gets to that point. See, a lot of people who can't afford these products, what they do is they wait and hope. They don't even go to the lender and say, hey, you know what? Can I get some help here? Because I'm sure that the lenders are going to want to help you out before you default. Because let's just be honest here. If they let the bike get repossessed, it's going to go to an auction and get sold for lower money, and then you're expected to pay the difference. Well, if the motorcycle is getting repossessed, do you really think somebody's going to care about a hit on their credit report and pay up what they should? No, they're not going to. So hopefully the finance company goes to that person and says, okay, you can't make this payment or that payment. Can you make some? But I have to admit that a lot of people don't even give the company that opportunity to do something like that, because they just sit back and wait, take no responsibility whatsoever in paying their debt. And let's just be honest, man. People who sign that note should know what they're getting into. It's not like it's a scam or anything. You agreed to the terms. You need to pay. That's just what life's all about. You were in a situation where you agreed to something, pay up. And then what you'll see with a lot of people that have a repossession is they blame everybody else but themselves. You can't do that. They'll go right away and give a bad review on, say, Yelp or something else like that. Now, this from Bloomberg, there are not enough people to repossess all the motorcycles. That right there is scary. And why is it scary? Well, for one, there's a lot of people defaulting right now, which is only going to raise the prices on motorcycles. And let's be honest here, especially when it comes to Harley-Davidson, the price is already through the roof. But it just shows you the state of the economy that we're in right now. It goes on to say Harley-Davidson, its credit losses in the first quarter were due in part to a shortage of repossession agents. And I can see where they are having a problem. I'm sure cars are having a problem right now. See, Harley-Davidson Eagle Finance fell into that trap of financing everybody. You know, anybody can go get a car. It's just they're going to shoot you up with the interest rates and stuff like that. Same thing with Harley-Davidson, but motorcycles are considered a luxury item. So I don't know, and Harley-Davidson Finance, Eagle Finance, because that's a part of Harley-Davidson. Financing everybody ain't the best way of doing things, if you ask me. Milwaukee-based Harley, the repo shortage combined with the decline in retail bike sales. We know that there's a decline in motorcycle stuff, especially among Generation Z. That contributed to a realized credit loss of about $52.6 million in the first quarter. And wow. And here is an interesting thing. Harley has accelerated efforts to reach customers in cases of late stage delinquencies, and that the company is making a lot of enhancements to its repossession strategy. Personally, you need to start making some strategic moves here on financing anybody and everybody. But at least they're trying to reach out, I guess, to people that are having problems, if you will. My biggest advice for anybody is to get educated on what you're doing before you sign a contract. Don't look at the product. I know you're all excited to get that motorcycle, but if you can't afford it, wait, because what you're going to do is get yourself in more trouble going forward and getting the motorcycle repossessed. What do you all think out there? It's a sticky situation for Harley-Davidson, and I'm sure other motorcycle manufacturers. And it's sad for some people that are getting repoed. But isn't it really their fault if you think about it? And I know I'm going to upset some people about this. Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all rock and roll. I'll catch you on the next video.
Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong. The Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show now streaming over on Rumble and YouTube Monday through Friday at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in Mondays live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube for the Madhouse Monday Night Raw with Hollywood and Marco. Grab a beer or some wacky tobacco and sit back and bust a gut. Subscribe to China Doll's Viper Pit to get your dose of the world according to China Doll. Real and honest opinions on what's happening in the world today. Join the Queen Viper and take a walk on the wild side of life on China Doll Viper Pit on YouTube today.